students. The topic for today is functions in MySQL. I hope you know what are functions, as we have already done in class 11th also in Java and also in MySQL. Functions are the set of predefined code or predefined instructions which are used to perform some specific task. A function always take input, some values as input. Those values are known as parameters, and after processing on those input values, it returns something as a output that is known as return value. So a function is, there are two types of functions. One are user defined, one are inbuilt functions. User defined functions are which are defined by the user, and inbuilt functions are which are already defined in the library of the programming language, and you just reuse them again and again so that you don't have to write a full length code again and again. So functions are basically to increase the reusability of the code, to make the things easier for the programmer. So to make the things easier for the programmer, every programming language has already defined few codes in its dictionary. So these codes simply we can use them by writing their name, by calling this function by writing their name. So functions are simply pieces of code that perform some operation and then return a result. Some of the functions accept parameters while other do not. Some of the functions return value while other do not. So today we are going to discuss some inbuilt functions in MySQL. So there are two types of inbuilt functions in MySQL. One are multi-row or aggregate functions, other are single row functions. Let us have a look at what are multi-row functions or aggregate functions. Hope you remember that we have done these functions in 11th class. I had told you that these are the functions which execute on a group of values. These execute on multiple rows or group of value and return one single value, one aggregated value as a result. So that is why these are known as multi-row functions, group functions or aggregate functions, because they execute on group of values or multiple rows and return one single values. Some of the examples of the group functions which we had done in class 11th are sum, average, count, min, max. As you remember that sum function used to execute on a values in a column and give you the sum of those values in a column. Like we have 10 rows and we want to know the total salary of those 10 employees in the imp table. So what we used to write, select sum sal from imp. So it used to return total salary of all the employees. That means it executed on 10 values and gave you one value, that is sum of salaries of 10 employees. So that is why these are aggregate function. In the same way, average function, the average function will execute on those 10 values and give you the average salary of all the employees. Minimum function, it will execute on those 10 values in the salary column and give you minimum value of the salary out of those 10. So these are the multi-row functions which we have already done in class 11. So in this class 12, we are going to start with the single row functions. Now let us have a look what are single row functions. Single row functions are very much different from multi-row functions. As we have already discussed that multi-row functions execute on multiple values together, whereas single row function execute on one single value at a time, and corresponding to one value they execute, they return one value. So single row functions operate on single value to return a single value. So there is no concept of multiple value execution in this case. They can accept one or more parameters and can return only one value per row. They can have one or two or three values going as parameter to the functions, which we write in the brackets if you remember. So in brackets there can be 2, 3, 4 values, but the value returned by any function will always be 1. When applied on a table, they return a single result for every row of the queried table, like we had written in multi-row function. select sum sal from imp. It returned one value, executed on 10 values. But in this case, like length function, returns the length of the string passed as parameter. We'll learn about this in detail when we'll go through this PPT. But let me give you an introduction. Length function will return the length of the string passed as parameter. But in place of string, if you are passing the name of the column as parameter, what will happen? Select length ename from imp. So what will it do? It will return the length of names of all the employees separately. If we have 10 employees, it will return 10 values, not one value. As single row function operate on a single value to return a single value. So it will operate on each and every value in the column ename and give you one value corresponding to that. Now let us do the single row functions in detail. There are three categories of single function which we will be discussing one by one. The first category is string functions. Second is date and time. Third is numeric function. So first we are going to deal with the string functions. So string functions are the functions which take a string value as parameter, or we can say a character value as parameter, or we can say a text value as parameter. So these functions operate on text values or string values, or you can say char or varchar values, and can return either a character value or numeric value also they can return. As I have already discussed with you in brief, that length function, it takes a string as parameter and returns length of that string, number of characters in that string. So string functions are used to extract, change or format or alter characters in the string. So any manipulation related to the string, length of the string, changing the string into uppercase, changing the string into lowercase, extracting first two character of the string, extracting last two character of the string, extracting characters from the middle of the string, all these functions related to strings are done by using string functions. There are different functions for doing all these things. They return either a character value or numeric value. As I have already told you, the length function returns a numeric value, whereas if you want to extract two characters from the beginning of the string, it will return a string value or a character value. So string function return either a numeric value or a character value. Now let us start with the different functions which are available to us. The first function which is available to us in this category is length function. I have given you brief introduction of this earlier also. This function takes a string as parameter. As you can see here, it takes a string as parameter and returns the length of the string. For example, you can see here, select length informatics 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it has returned you 11 character. So length of this string informatics is 11. So when you are using length function, you can use a constant value as parameter or name of the column as parameter. For example, the second query, in this query we are referring to the employee table. In employee table, I want to know length of first name of all the employees. Some Blake is there, John is there, Sudhanshu is there, Sushma is there. So it will count the number of characters in the names of each employee and return you that. As I had told you, single row function operate on single value and return one corresponding single value to that. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 employees in the table. So what this function has done? This function has calculated the length in the first name column of all the employees. Length of first name will be, first employee's first name will be 4, second employee is 7, third employee is 8, like this. So this is the length function which is used to return the length of the string passed as parameter. If you are not passing a constant string as parameter, rather you are passing the name of the column as parameter, then it will return the number of character in all the values of that column. I hope length function is clear to you. Now we'll have the demonstration of the length function in MySQL.
Hello students, now let's see how length function actually works in MySQL. First, I'm going to give you a demonstration without referring to the table. So I'm writing select length brackets. As you know, it is a string function. It will take a string as parameter. So I'm writing PS Patiala as parameter. When I click enter key, and what happens, it is giving you the length 11. As you can see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. It is 11 characters long. It has included all the space which I have clicked in between in the length of the string only. Length of the string is including all the spaces which are included within these quotes. So now I'll be giving example you with reference to the table. So I am going to open school database, use school. In the school database I have a student table. So I am writing select star from student. This is the list of rows in the student table. So I am going to refer to the sname column of this table now. That is, I am going to see the length of the names of all the students. By chance, all the students in this table have the same length, their names. So I am writing select length sname. Not including it in double inverted commas now because this is the name of the column to which I am referring and not the constant string. So you can see the output 555. It is giving the output as 5 because all the names are 5 characters long. Length name you have written to refer to some column. Now let us see length of these strings which are in address column. So for that I am going to write select length in bracket. I'll write name of the column from student. So it is showing 19, 12 and 18. As you can see in the table, the first row has address as 19 character long. Second, they have not added any address yet, so it is showing null. And third is 18 character long. So it is showing the output in the same manner. Students, if you get question in the paper like this, that you are given the query, you have to write the output. So while writing the output, you have to take care that you have to write the output like this only, as it is showing here, that heading is length address. This heading is length sname, and you can apply the function twice also in a query. Like I can do it collectively also. Select length name, comma, length, address from length. So it is showing output for both. This is the way length function works. Thank you.
As you are clear what is the function of length function, now let us do the second function in the category of single row function, that is lower, or you can also write it as lcase. Both will serve the same purpose. If you will write lower or you write lcase, both of them will serve the same purpose. This function lower takes a string as parameter. a string value, that is varchar or char data type as parameter, and it will return the string by converting the string passed as parameter into lowercase, which means that small letters. It will take a string as parameter and returns the same string by converting it into lowercase or small letter. As you can see in this example, select lower informatics. So in this query we are not referring to any table, we are just passing a constant string as parameter to this. So what this function has done, it has converted this string informatics into lowercase, that is small letters. So in the same way, if we are referring to some table, then we will pass the name of the table as parameter. As in this example query, we are referring to employee table and we have passed the last name column as parameter. So what this lower function will do? It will convert all the values in column last name to lowercase, that is small letters. So as you can see in the output, all the values which were there in the last name column are converted into small letters. Now coming to the next function, that is upper. As the name only suggests, lower converted all the values which were passed as parameter or the string which was passed as parameter into lowercase. What the upper function will do, upper or lcase, you can refer it by any of the name. It is alias. So it will convert the string which is passed as parameter or argument into the uppercase or capital letter. So if you pass a constant string as parameter, it will convert it into uppercase, and if you pass the name of the column as parameter, it will convert all the values in that column as into uppercase, that is capital letter. As you can see in this example, the string informatics is combination of uppercase and lowercase. So that means capital and small letter. What this query has done, it has converted all of them into capital letters. So in the second query, in the employee table, we are referring to the last name column. So select upper last name from employee. It has converted all the values in the last name column of employee table into capital letter. In the next video, we are going to give the demonstration of upper and lower function. Thank you.
Students, now see how UCase and LCase functions work in MySQL. To start with, I'll do the UCase function. I want to display all the types and names in uppercase. What I will do, select UCase type, comma, upper name from choose. Now, as you can see, by writing this query, UCase upper both act the same manner. You can either write UCase or you can write upper, as I have told you earlier also. So it has displayed all the contents of choose table, name and type column in capital letters. And if I use lcase or lower function, what will happen? Contents will be completely shown in the lower case. Let's see how it works. Case or lower, both. Now, as you can see, now the contents are in lowercase. So in this way, UCase and lower function work with respect to the table. But if I don't want to use the table right now, I can directly write a constant string in parameter of lower function. So if I am writing APS Patiala. This is in mixed case, as you can see, both upper and lower case. When I click enter, complete string is showing in small letters. So lower functions have converted complete string into small letter. So in the same way, when I'll write upper, then the complete string will be shown in the capital letters. Is this clear? I hope it is clear with this video. Thank you.